Morning guys, this is our session on some practical application of Vedic mathematics, whatever we have learned. It doesn't involve in everything, but I have taken some interesting two examples of real life where we can apply our Vedic mathematics. So naturally, whatever we have learned till now, that we can use only in our mathematical examinations or competitive examinations where we have to do some rapid calculations in less amount of time. But now let us see how that that is applicable in real life as well. So this is a basic plan of any house when we want to construct or when we want to buy one. So this is how it looks. Where in real life, what it happens is everything we express in two things, because area is very limited and you don't round figure things. Okay, so when you don't round figure things, everything is expressed like 15 feet and 6 inches, something like that. When you mention someone's height, you say 5 feet 6 inches. You don't shift to just round figure it to 5, nor neither you round figure it to 6. Okay, so this is what happens, and we want to know everything in both those parameters. If you want to know area, you want to know in both those parameters. Otherwise, what happens is you end up making it into converting everything into inches or a vulgar fraction of feet. Okay, and we may prefer feet naturally as much as possible because it is concise and it gives us accurate data rather than giving us a large number in inches. Okay, so now let us see how to deal with this one. Let us pick a small area, say this one, the dining room, and now let us calculate the area of this one with respect to our special procedure. Now the conventional method will be calculating everything in inches and dividing it by 12 square or 12 accordingly, and shifting it back into square feet and square inches. Okay, so here we are multiplying 17 by 12, converting into inches, and again 13 by 12, and again we are dividing everything by 12 into 12. Why? We are making square inch back to square feet. Okay, so we get 233 square feet, and the remaining decimal part, whatever we get when we perform this division, that's what comes as 46 square inches. Now let us see how to apply Vedic mathematics in this one, which looks a bit like algebra as well. And let us see. And now here what we'll do is we take this parameter as 17x plus 10. It is in the form of ax plus b. Okay, so we take it as like that and we try to multiply it. And then I hope everyone knows how to multiply this one. 17x into 13x plus 17x into 1 and plus 10 into 13x and plus 10 into 1. You add everything and basically you get this equation, 221x square plus 147x plus 10. So when you observe this one, you can easily understand that 17 feet. So that feet is indicated by this x here. This is not a theory, this is just my way of explaining to you. Okay, so whatever this 221 is there, it is square feet, feet into feet, and whatever 147 is there, it is feet into inch. You have both coefficient and this parameter. So this is feet into inch and this is square inch. Okay, 10 into 1, 10 inch into 1 inch. So this is square inch. So what you will do is you split the middle term by dividing with 12. And so then what we get is, we get 12 into 12 and plus 3. So 147 is basically expressed as 12 into 144, 12 into 12 plus 3. So if you understand this properly, you can easily understand that this particular feet inch parameter has 12 feet in it and 3 feet inch. So what you will do is, we will convert everything into feet here, and so you get 12 feet here, 12 whole feet. Okay, so this 12 will be added to this 221. So we have totally 221 plus 12, 233 square feet. And what about the remaining? So now you have 3x here, that is 3 feet inch. So you convert it into inches. Since you can't convert it into complete feet, you make it 3 into 12, 36 plus 10, which gives you 46 square inch. So this method may sound complicated, but actually if you understand it in terms of units, I found it pretty interesting and much easier. Like, it's just a whole different new world. You are exploring it in new set of eyes. So now what we have let us simplify this further and let us apply our Urdhva Tiryak Surya, which we learned in previous session. So what we will do, we will write as 7, 10, 13, 1 and we are trying to multiply like this. Okay. This also looks like a bit of matrix for those who are familiar with it. So now if you multiply, what happens? We perform multiplication in, we divide the answer here in 3 parts. What is the 3 parts? This vertical multiplication 17 into 13 gives us 221 and 17 plus 130 gives us 147 and 10 ones are 10. So now we do the same thing. We divide the middle part by 12 and whatever the whole value we get, that we'll shift it to the left side. So basically it is the same procedure and finally we get the answer as 233 plus 46. So this you can write this directly. We will get this equation and we can do this mental calculation and you will arrive at this result. So this is much simpler form of what we can do. So now let us check it some more thing. Okay. Now let us have a look. Previously what we saw, that involves only 2 parameters. What happened? The plot, person gave you only length and width. Now let us see this one where we have a large building where height of each and every room is different. So they mentioned height of each and every room. Previously it must be a common roof. So it is mentioned somewhere else. So now you can observe this. Bed 2 has 9 ceiling height and rear porch has 9 feet 4 inches ceiling height. You have dining room has 10 inch ceiling height. So you have different heights for each and every room. Okay. So now how to apply for this one? Since this involves volume and the dimensions are much bigger and this is parallel pipe. So how to find volume and that too how to find volume with respect to our Vedic mathematics. Now let us take height of one of these rooms. Okay. Now I just took a small portion of it. So let us take height of this one and room measurements I am taking from the previous problem just to make it much simpler. And we are taking the ceiling height here 9 feet 4 inches. Okay. So what happens is 12 into 7 plus 10, 12 into 13 plus 1. I explained this earlier. Now we have 9 feet. So 12 into 9 plus 4 inches. So now since you are calculating volume, this is a conventional method what we do. We shift everything into inches and we calculate length, breadth and height. Right. So this is how we do. And we arrive at this value. Whatever the decimal value we arrive in this division, we multiply that with 12 cube, converting it into cubic inches. Now how we shall perform this algebra thing or Vedic mathematics thing. Let us see. And just take it into consideration, this 12 cube is nothing but 1728. So 1 cube feet is 1728 cube inches. See, we will take the same way where we in algebraic form 17x plus 10 into 13x plus 7. First let us do for 2 terms. And one thing what we have to observe is, we have seen it till here, okay, 233x square plus 3x plus 10. Now we don't calculate it into inches, we let it remain like that because when we have to multiply it with one more term, that is height. So we need 3 terms. This is an algebraic equation. So what happens is you need one square term, you need one single x term and you need one coefficient. So we are letting it like that and we are trying to multiply it with 9x plus 4. Okay. So when we multiply, we get this equation. Now actually we do the same thing what we did earlier. We take units into consideration. This is cubic feet. This is feet square into inch. This is feet into inch square. So, and this is cubic inch. So basically we calculate everything in terms of either cubic feet or cubic inches. Cubic feet as much as possible. So we split these terms 959 and 102, and we arrive at 2176 cubic feet plus 9x square plus 6x plus 40. And now what will happen? We have to convert all this, convert all the small things, whatever possible, into inches. And finally, we actually end up getting the same answer. Because when we convert this 19x square plus 6x plus 40, we get one more feet which we add it here. That becomes 2177. Basically, we arrive at same answer whatever method we apply. That's the beauty of mathematics. And how to simplify it much further, like we did earlier, by applying that Urdhva Tiryak Sutra. Let us check it here. You are familiar with this one. Just mentioned it for reference again. And now let us do something like this. 233, 310, and we are multiplying 9x plus 4. So I took 0. When we discussed earlier in Urdhva Tiryak Surya, whenever we are multiplying one 3-digit number by 2-digit number, we apply 0 before it and perform our calculation as if nothing is unusual. So now we get these many terms here. 233 into 0, 233 into 9 plus 3 into 0. Plus 233 into 4 plus 3 into 9 plus 10 into 0, 3 into 4 plus 10 into 9 and 10 into 4. So we get all these terms and we get to simplify it now. So what do we get now? If you observe, we got the same algebraic equation coefficients whatever we have seen in earlier. So now we simplify in the same way by doing some mental math. And we arrive at the same answer. So basically, that's my special interest, guys, in showing some, real flat dimensions and trying to explain how to apply Vedic mathematics to it. So I would like to know if someone finds my sessions interesting, and please post your questions, comments, and honest feedback below. Thank you.